right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 15 of our Journeyman series here on Football Coach College Dynasty. We are continuing our first season at Fresno State. If you did not watch the previous episode, highly recommend you do it. We play a pretty good slate of games, a couple upsets in there, and what can only be described as a massacre at the hands of Ohio State. But putting that aside, here is where things stand. Very, very simply. We are 5-2, 4-1 in conference. At the moment, we are atop our division, and thus, if we win out, the division is ours, and we will have a spot in the Mountain West Championship game. The main obstacle in that is San Diego State currently also sits at 5-2 with a 4-1 conference record. We play them in week 12 as they are our rival. If we lose that game, it may not matter what we do in the other four. That's where we stand. Checking in on our donors really quick. At the moment, we are satisfying our 2 third down conditions, holding opponents less than 39% conversion rate. That's exactly what we're at. And convert a minimum 30% of third down. We're currently at 40%. So very close. Similarly, we need a defensive lineman to earn all conference honors. I think we have 2 defensive linemen that may punch their ticket. And then we get a $9 million check if we beat San Diego State. So that game is going to be huge. So far this season, just looking really quick at the summary, I think, whoops, I was at the right page and then I went away. I think we do a lot of things well. What is killing us is firstly our passing game. We are 117th in the country in pass yards per game. We are 71st in the country in pass yards per attempt. Those are our worst offensive metrics in terms of ones that I care about. The reasons we don't get a lot of first downs is because we don't have a lot of drives, and that all kind of feeds into itself. The other thing that's sneakily hurting us on offense is we have not had many big plays. We have only had 13 plays of 20 plus yards. So essentially we're only averaging 2, big plays per game. Not great. Defensively, we're kind of exactly where I want to be. We don't force turnovers. I never really have had a defense that's been great at forcing turnovers. Other than that, I mean, we're top 50 in almost every defensive metric or around there. Opposing rush yards per attempt is what's hurting us. On average, if an opponent runs it twice, they're going to get close to a first down. Similarly, we're not great at stopping big plays. We've allowed 22 plays of 20 plus yards, 5 of 40 yards. So we're not looking too hot. Offensively, I think the main reason for that is Drew Duncan, and not that he's been a bad quarterback, because he hasn't, but we need more from him, I would say. At the moment, if let's say we're going to play 14 games this year, the rest of the regular season, Mountain West Championship, and a bowl, essentially just double all the stats. So he's going to throw about 350 attempts, about the same completion percentage as last year, about the same yardage, less touchdowns, less interceptions. Yards per average is going to be good. Yards per game is worse. He's going to get sacked a decent amount more. QBR is going to be higher. The other issue is, again, the OSU game killed a lot of our offensive metrics. He didn't have a great game. But we need him to be more consistent. He's coming off a really good game against San Jose State. Nevada is a very winnable game. I need to see big things from him. He's our quarterback next season, no matter what. But my confidence level, I'd like it to be a bit higher in him. So we'll see how that plays out. Looking at Nevada, they're 3-4, 3-2 in conference. They have yet to win against a ranked team because they lost to Baylor. And overall, I don't find them that particularly impressive. They lost to Colorado State, which I didn't think was possible. Offensively, they're kind of, average, below average. They're pretty good at getting first downs and passing for first downs. That might kill us. Defensively, they're average, pretty much everything. They do get a decent amount of turnovers and sacks. That could work against us. Their quarterback is a man named Jackson Hale, which is a great name. He won the Mountain West Freshman of the Year award last season as a QB. This year looks like he's doing a little bit better. And so it'll be fun to have a sort of rising QB in a divisional opponent. He has a very good passing ability, 90 arm strength, 88 accuracy and IQ. Can kind of run, but hasn't really done it much this year. So a formidable passing attack here. So we're going to work on our passing game, stopping their passing game. Very simple. I did update a couple recruiting things, so I'll get to that after this Nevada game, and we'll see where we stand. But my priority this stream is to get through the regular season games, play the Mountain West Championship. Odds are we'll be in a bowl, and then go from there. So, Nevada, we are favored by 8. We have 6 recruits visiting, a handful of which have Nevada as their quote-unquote interested teams. Really, the only 2 I care about is just catching up to Arizona State from Mario Cloud and then building a lead against Appalachian State for Alan Bolden. So that's where we stand so far in the save. The Fresno has beaten Nevada 4 out of 4 times. So let's keep that streak going. Nevada calls tails, and it is heads. We shall defer to the second half, as is our want, and we are going to open with a Thunder Smoke Blitz. Send it. Incomplete pass. Easy. Never to doubt. No, they did a 14-yard run. That's just rude. They are driving 3rd and 1. Simple. Send the house. They did curl flats on 3rd and 1. Credit to them. Not many teams would do that. And they're already at the 1. Back at the 2. Still at the 2. And we stop them. Well done for the defense. 1st and goal at the 1 to 4th and goal at the 2, and they have to kick a field goal. That'll do. Good return from Phoenix Roberts, who has been a great returner this season. And Asher Donahue, 31 yards, posts, touchdown. Or Duncan gets sacked for a loss of 2 yards. I suppose that was also on the cards. 19-yard pass, that'll do. Mateo Cortez with the touchdown. They did a safety blitz. Respect. But that'll be our first down. Thank you. Matthias Presley with a tackle for loss. I am going to bring the safety down as a spy. Bad call. They pass it over the top. And they beat the corner on the slant. So now they're at the 4. Good. Good. There's another big play we just allowed. They got in that time. All right, 10-7. Our defense, going to be honest, leaving much to be desired, getting burned on the big plays, but our offense, similarly, is doing pretty well. Mateo Cortez again. Keaton Peters went backwards, which is lovely. One thing I did forget to do is move Darling back to our short yardage back. 3rd and 11, wide corner, send it. Duh. 50-yarder. I have faith. He made the 50-yarder. Good on you, Dominic Dixon. That'll do. Man, our defense is just getting crushed right now. 3rd and 11. Come on. There we go. Good stop, lads. Can I have a 10-minute drive? Probably not. Will I try? Yes. All right. Converted the 3rd and 3. Good job. Peyton Beal getting involved, which is good. Dennis Jordan went backwards, which is not great. Then he got 0 yards. And then Phoenix Roberts over the top. Touchdown. We're up by 7. Thank you. Duh. Man, they are just killing us right now in man coverage, which is a shame because we are terrible at zone. And so we don't really have a plan B. We will, however, take this ball, and uh, we do have all our timeouts, but we're also at the two. So I'm just going to, yeah, run it a couple times, kill the clock, start with the ball again. I mean, overall, I'm kind of liking where we're at. The fact that they're getting 11 yards every pass is not really where I want my defense to be. Surprise, surprise. But outside of that, no real complaints. Drew Duncan getting sacked is a complaint. 22-yard pass to Peyton. That'll do. That'll do nicely. 3rd and 4. Where's my inside cross? Hey, Asher Donahue, 15 yards. Thank you. Play action did not work. The slants did. Raymond Norman with the touchdown pass. That brings Drew Duncan, not 5 minutes after I said I'm worried about him, 14 to 16, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think that's good. Hashtag analysis. 3rd and 3, I am blitzing, and if they do slants, so be it. They did not. They ran it, and they went backwards. Okay, let's run the ball a bit. Need to kill the rest of the third quarter, ideally, since Nevada's gotten some pretty big plays so far. I want to leave them as least amount of opportunity as possible. 3rd and 9, not great. I'll run it anyway. No, Peters went backwards again. That brings Dennis Jordan's stat line, by the way, 5 carries, 4 yards. And you want more playing time. Please. Hey! Ethan Newman forces the fumble. Alfredo McCoy recovers. The speed option doesn't work. And then we get sacked. But we get a 21-yard pass. Oh, this team is so Jekyll and Hyde, man, I tell you. I tell you. Keaton Peters runs it in. We are now up by 24, which means the backups are in on defense. And they get a stop. Well done, lads. Jaden Miles is in the game. I am now gonna switch Garrison and Dennis so that Dennis stays in. I say that, and Garrison is still getting a lot of run. Fair enough. Right, because it would take out the 1 and the 2. Whoops. Sorry, Dennis. I can do math. Hey, we convert. They did engage 8 on 3rd and 7. What a magnificent AI I'm up against. Oh, lots of running. 1st and goal at the 1. That'll do. Dennis Jordan runs it in. We're up by 31. Remember when this game was close? Those were the days. All right, we stop him on the 3rd down, and we stop him as Eric Trevetti, the depth linebacker, with an interception. I'm just going to run the ball a little bit. Garrison gets 11 yards. Thank you. That'll do. Really good day from our offense, I would say. Really good second half from our defense. It was not looking good there in the first half, but they cleaned that up really well. Drew Duncan, after I said I needed more confidence, he gave me his best game. 15-17, 238 yards, 3 touchdowns. That works nicely. Good day from our running backs. Dennis Jordan, maybe notwithstanding, but he did get the touchdown. Peyton Beal had some really clutch catches, touchdowns for a few guys. No sacks from our defense, which is a little bit worrisome, but that is what it is. Dennis Dixon hitting a 50-yarder? Okay. That'll do. Big win against Nevada. We advanced the week. Now the question is Pittsburgh still ranked? My theory is no, because they were going up against Notre Dame this week, and I doubt they beat Notre Dame. But you never know. We are ranked 25th in the country. We go up 8 places. Oh, did Pittsburgh win? Pittsburgh beat, oh, they're red hot. They beat ranked Florida State and ranked Notre Dame. Well, well, okay then. We're ranked 25th. All right. Let's see if anyone below us is actually more deserving. 4-4. If 4-4 Clemson was ranked, undefeated FIU not being ranked is rough. They must have not played any ranked teams. No, not at all. And their last out of conference game is against an FCS school. Wow, their schedule killed them on that, huh? All right, well, battle of the ranked teams, but before we get to that, you put Garrison back in here. Let me go through recruiting really quick. Jordan wasn't even on my list, or Prince wasn't on my list. He goes to Oregon. All right, so at this point, I'm pretty confident I'm going to get everyone I'm ahead on. I doubt I'll be able to catch. I mean, we got 1,200 points total catching up against Arizona State from Mario Cloud, and I still don't think it'll be enough, which is the most painful part of this, really. The other player we're behind on is Diego Boston. Colorado State just had their visit and they beat Wyoming. So they got 400 points, which brings us 140 behind now on our potential future kicker, which is a bit annoying. Appalachia State is still trying to catch us for Ethan Foster. I don't really want to offer Ethan Foster money because I like Gavin Wren more. I like Sean Cody more. Leo Coleman I don't like as much, but it kind of seems like, he's kind of a surplus that I don't really want to invest money into. I mean, then again, if I gave him like 250,000, that gets me 182 points. I'll maybe save it and see if Appalachian State does anything. I think that's kind of where I'm at. Clemson beating ranked Duke got 1,100 points on Gavin Wren. That's frustrating. Do I need to offer him money now? I hope not. What's the interest difference? Oh, 14. Sweet. What now, Clemson? So we should be okay. Looks like Gage Duncan's going to commit soon. Brian Savage, you can come to San Diego State game if you want, buddy. All right. I'm honestly surprised we're ranked. I figured we would have to go essentially undefeated in the Mountain West to be ranked. But I guess not. I guess not. All right, so number 17, Pittsburgh. They lost to Duke. They didn't have the best starts ever, but they just beat ranked Florida State and number 6, Notre Dame. All right, they're looking pretty good. Summary-wise, oh, they have a great defense. Oh, boy, they're holding opponents to less than 14 points per game. Well, okay, this one might get tricky. Their quarterback, Andre Young, is having a really good year. Only 3 picks, 14 touchdowns. He can't run, which is good. IQ is a 94. I'm jealous. I've never really had a quarterback where, like, IQ has been, I guess, their far and away best at until Drew Duncan. I'm going to be honest. I don't really see that much of a benefit. I still think give me arm strength over everything, but that's just where I'm at. All right, so we're going to work on downfield passing and stopping their downfield passing also, I would say. All right. I mean, we're ranked for the first time this season going up against ranked Pittsburgh. Pitt is favored by 7. They're also playing at home. They have 10 recruits visiting. No one that I am also interested in. Good for them. So far, this is the first time in the sim that these schools have played each other, and we will call tails as it never fails, except when it does, which in this case is right now. They elect to receive. All right. So we get the same result anyway. And as is our wont, we will load up the Thunder Smoke Blitz and send it. They got 10 yards. This is a terrible omen, people. How come when I do end arounds with the wide receiver, I get -2 yards? But when the AI does it and I conveniently blitz the opposite side, they get 65 yards. Huh? Huh? Why can't I get that lucky? All right, third and goal at the 6. I'm going zone. Nice. They can't convert. We have to hold them to a field goal. Sweet. Okay. That could have been worse. Could it have been better? Oh, yes, but it could have been worse. Third and 7. Nice. Good conversion. Mateo Cortez is quietly putting together a pretty solid season. Darling going backwards. Not my business card, but he made up for it. And Keaton Peters gets in the end zone. We're up 7-3. We're doing work. Uh-oh. Nope, they tried the end around again. Is that just one of their signature plays? Am I facing off against Chip Kelly with Josh Huff? Oh, what a time. I will still never forgive Chip Kelly for trading LaShawn McCoy for Kiko Alonso. The option did not work, just in case anyone was curious about how our success with the option is going. It's not. We convert on third down, though. And Drew Duncan is picked on the go route. Safety Landon Gary gets it. Not great, as now Pitt is just driving down the field. They did a pass at the 3. The 3-yard line seems to be the line where the AI will run a quick pass as opposed to just doing ISO or QB sneak. All right, well, Duncan hasn't thrown a lot of picks this season, but this game is a bad time for that. Convert the down. I'm going to run it on 3rd and 4. My logic being, even if I don't get it, if I get like 2 yards, I'm going for it on 4th down anyway. I got 5 yards. No need to worry. There we go. We're at the 8. Garrison, our 3rd running back is like a problem position. Simon Carrington, the backup tight end with the touchdown reception. They blitzed, and we're in the end zone up by 4, and they immediately get 19 yards. It's not great out here. Ooh, 3rd and 12, too high safety. I dare you to beat us. They did. They got 16 yards. They didn't beat the contain, though. They punt. I am not doing a draw. You must be out of your mind. You know what? Maybe I should have. Darling gets -1 yards. Going for it here on 4th down would be ludicrous. I'm almost tempted, but I'm going to punt. No, the blitz didn't work. They did slants. All right, 3rd and 5. And they convert. The blitz on 2nd and 2 works. We hold them to a field goal. Now the question becomes, can we get down the field in 4.5 minutes? I'm going to keep chew clock on until I get to the other side of the 50. There we go. All right, chew clock is coming off. Oh, it's normal. Was it always normal? Oh, it hasn't been on chew clock this whole time. No wonder it feels like there's been a lot of drives happening in the first half. All right. I'm now going to turn chew clock on. I'm just going to chuck it. First and goal at the 5. Ian Fox with the touchdown catch. Extra point is good. We're up by 8. That was an ambitious blitz I just sent, but I felt it had to be done. And we get the stop on 3rd and 6. I mean, I'm going to try to get in field goal range. Mine as well. We're at the 49. There we go at the 39. Do we have one more deep pass in us? We do. And we get in the end zone. Raymond Norman over the top. Thank you, sir. Extra point is good. We're up by 15. That was about as good of an end to a first half as you're going to see. We score a touchdown in under 4 minutes. They immediately get a 3 and out. The clock doesn't run down that much. We get down the field in 30 seconds. Okay. Drew Duncan really saw me questioning his performance and just said, okay, bet. And we start with the ball, which is lovely. Read option. I should have known. All right, we convert the 3rd and 2, which is big. Because now we have a little bit more wiggle room to just run the ball, and try to get some clock down. 3rd and 7. Send it. 23 yards, Montero Cortez. Thank you, sir. We're at the 15. I'll try stick play. It works. We get to the 1. Darling runs it in. We are up by 22. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Pitt has they've decided to try on offense again. 3rd and goal at the 10. I'm going zone. Nice. Good stop. They have to sell for a field goal. I don't know why you would kick a field goal there. What was the down and distance? The 10? Okay, maybe. Yeah, the negative 1 yard rush and then the 0 yard run really killed that entire drive for them, huh? 0 yard run, Keaton. 0. Flexion boot, send it. No dice. Oh, and Lucas McClellan returned the punt 42 yards, and they're already knocking on the door of our red zone. Well, that's bad. Blitz. There we go. 3rd and 6. I'm switching back to zone. They drop the pass, and they have to kick another field goal. I mean, that's fine. They can have as many field goals as their heart desires. Oh, Drew. Oh, Drew Duncan threw another pick. Oh, the lead is slipping. The lead is slipping away as they run it in, and now it's a 9-point game. Oh, boy, we just shot ourselves in the foot there. Oh, that was a clutch conversion. 3rd and 5 there. I mean, they scored a field goal, 3 and out. They get another field goal. We throw a pick. They get a touchdown. That was a 10-point swing like that, man. Good. I mean, listen, if we just keep up the pace on offense, I don't care what they do. Darling finds the end zone. We're back up by 2 touchdowns and a bit of change. The 2-point conversions might honestly be the big difference here if they do end up getting in the end zone. But they don't. They punt. All right, we have a chance to put this game away. 3rd and 2, please convert. Benjamin Darling, my old friend. Can always count on you. Keaton Peters, 6-yard rush. The backups are now in on offense as we're just trying to run the ball down. Jaden Miles can't get it done. We punt. All right, the backups are in on defense, which does worry me a little bit, but YOLO. And Landon Stafford sacks Andre Young for a safety. We get the ball back. They're using their timeouts, which is a choice. We can't convert the 3rd down. Those 2 failed down third Down conversions do hurt the percentage a little bit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Eh? We almost stopped him on third down there. All right. We recover the onside kick, and that will do. We beat Pitt, upset the ranked lads 44-33. Well done to our offense. They averaged 8 yards a rush. 8. That is the highest I've seen that number in a long time. OSU game notwithstanding. I mean, Duncan, throwing 2 picks is awkward, but he got 338 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think we did a pretty good job stopping their QB. He was only 17 to 31, which was good. Run game was dependable. Lots of receivers and tight ends got involved, which we like to see. Couple sacks by our defense, a safety. Really, really good there. They never sacked our quarterbacks once. And Dixon was 6 for 6 on extra points. Their kicker was also 4 for 4. Good on him. All right, we upset ranked Pitt. Does that knock them from the rankings? We shall see. I imagine it will, especially if like Clemson won behind us. All right, we move up to 20th. Pitt falls out of the rankings. Oh, Clemson's playing FCS school. Never mind. Oh no, did FIU lose? This is why you don't schedule FCS schools. Just if anyone needed another reason. FIU was 8-0 coming into this week. They were ranked, what, that would have been 28? They scheduled an FCS school. They beat them and they dropped 24 places. Like, come on. Cal lost to Ball State. My God. That's rough. I mean, hey, we're ranked 20th. That'll do. And we're going up against Utah State. Hello. No one commits still, which is getting a little bit annoying, it must be said. Damian Fisher is close to committing. How very nice of him. Oh, Arizona State won. They beat Miami. They beat Miami, and it was a good game. Yep. That removes us from getting Mario Cloud, which would have been a great get for us. But yeah, that's it for him. So we're gonna get $600,000 back. Salute to the man, but we'd have to invest so much money, and I don't really want to do that. So that is what it is. I'm still a little afraid now that Appalachian State will snipe us for Evan Foster and offer money at the end, but even if they do, so be it. That's just kind of where I'm at. Alabama, will you go away and let me have this amazing corner, please? Just let me have it, please. All right, so we're ranked 20th, doing pretty good. We are 1 win away from satisfying the athletic director goal of winning 8 games. It must be said that San Diego State is keeping up with us. They beat Hawaii and they just smashed Toledo. They are not ranked on account of, I guess, only playing one ranked team, or beating only one ranked team, rather, whereas we beat 2. What's the strength of schedule difference between us and them? We are at 191, which is 50. San Diego State 168, which is 109. Wow. Okay. All right. But we're going up against Utah State. We cannot lose this trap game. They started the season 0-4, which I hear is not good for you, but then they won 4 in a row. So they equalized their record, and then they just lost to Miami of Ohio. And now they're going to face little old us to finish They have only allowed 5 sacks this season. That's impressive. Okay. They don't have a lot of negative plays. They don't get sacked. They don't turn the ball over. That said, their offense is not good. Defensively, they're pretty good at getting turnovers and they're pretty good at stopping the pass. Okay, their QB, Sergio Bernard, who has F plus potential. Don't know if I would be starting him, but fair enough. He has 85 QB accuracy, not the most accurate guy in the world. Who else is in their QB room? I'd almost consider giving Isaac Owens some games. But alas. All right. So in that case, we're going to work on stopping their run game and work on our passing. So really happy with Drew Duncan these last couple games. I think a little bit inconsistent to start the year, but he's been doing really, really good. And after this week, we get Jonas Sargent back, which is going to make our corner room outstanding. We are currently on pace for both third down conversion rates still. All right, let's play against Utah State. We're favored by almost 10 points. They have 10 players visiting. Looks like one I am interested in, quote unquote. Need a kicker. So far in the sim, these teams have met in the Mountain West Championship twice. Fresno State took the first, Utah State took the second. All right. This could be a sneaky, tough game, perhaps. We win the toss because tails never fails, and we defer. And as always, Thunder Smoke Blitz. Oh, they did a stick play. Not great. They're already almost at our red zone. They ran it on 2nd and 13. Fair enough. Can we stop them? They punt as opposed for attempting the, that would have been 49-yard field goal. I mean, the kicker hasn't been bad from 30 to 49 yards. He's actually a really good kicker. Got a couple of awards too. Good on you, buddy. All right, we are buried at the 9. Never mind. 10-yard rush. Retract my previous statement. Phoenix Roberts is just such a good wide receiver. I think wide receiver is the one area where I am very confident in for years to come. And there's not many position groups on this team where I would say the same. That run did not work. Neither did that pass. Dominic Dixon makes the field goal, though, and we take the lead. They convert on 3rd and 10, and they convert another 3rd and 10. Quit converting these 3rd and longs. They converted the 3rd and 5 now. Guys, they're currently 4 of 5 on 3rd down. I'm not blitzing. I debated it. And they convert the 3rd. Unbelievable. Engage 8. Send it. Nope. Well, they converted a bajillion 3rd downs on that drive. So there's your problem. We convert on 3rd and 8, which is huge. Again, when I do jet sweep, it loses yards. When the AI does it, they get like 40 plus. Unfair. The play action stretch there was a bit inspired, I admit. We have to settle for another field goal. I don't love doing that. There we go, 3 and out. Thank you, defense, for remembering how to get a stop. Simon Carrington with a 15-yard gain. Him being injured for part of the season really did hurt our tight end room a bit. The play action boot works to perfection. Darling into the end zone. I'm going to go for 2 here. We don't get it, so it's a 5-point game. All right. My logic being I don't really care that much. The difference between going up 5 and 6, I don't really see, but 5 versus 7 is pretty big. Good stop from our defense, though. The read option got us the first down. Seems. I forgot I had shoe clock on, which is awkward. So, yeah, this drive is essentially dead in the water. Unless. Fool with the play action? No. We did get 24 yards, though. All right, so there's a little bit of clock mismanagement by me, but it's fine. I think we could have gotten 3 points there. That's what is a little bit frustrating. 3rd and 8. No dice. We punt. Big sack there, Matthias Presley. 3 and out again from our defense. Yeah, with the exception of that one drive where Utah State converted, I think, 4 third downs, our defense has been sound. Our offense, though, is starting to flail a bit. There we go. They did an RPO. You know what? I'm not going to question it. I'm going to go goal line now. And Ethan Newman gets the safety. See, we're up by 7. My genius plan of going for 2 has come back. I saw Garrison had a big catch and then immediately went backwards, which is kind of funny. Yeah, 17-yard pass and then -3-yard rush. Thanks, buddy. 4th and 6 again. We have to settle for a field goal. I mean, usually us settling for field goals is a bad sign that things are not going our way. But our defense has been playing lights out. There we go. Tackle for a loss. They punt. Good punt return from Phoenix Roberts. 24 yards. Thank you, sir. Tip the cap. 3rd quarter ends. Play action boot. We punt. How are we doing on 3rd down? Not good at all. 3-9. There we go. Duh, I was ambitious on 3rd and 6. It did not pan out. They converted 3rd and 4. They're starting to beat our blitzes until now. Dakota Lanier with the forced fumble recovered by Kendall Vance. All right, I think with how our defense is playing, if we burn the clock a little bit and score a touchdown, this game's pretty much over. As Darling gets me a 22-yard rush almost by the time I'm done with the sentence. And then he goes backwards. And then he goes backwards again. Wow. I mean, I'm going to go for it here. My argument being, even if I don't get it, they have to go 97 yards for a touchdown. And we got it. Ethan Fox touchdown. Extra point is good. The backups are now in as Landon Stafford gets the clutch sack. And the defense forces the 3-and-out. Good job, guys. The backups can now run it a little bit. We convert the 3rd down, and Dennis Jordan gets us more points. We're on the board. Landon Stafford is having himself a year. I think he is the one. He's one of the 2 that he might make all conference. I think he has a legitimate shot. There we go. We force him to 4th, and they punt. Baden, please. I'm gonna need you to complete a pass. He got sacked. That's deserved. I mean, outside of that one drive, our defense pitched a pretty much perfect game. We win 31-7. I think our offense wasn't as smooth as I would normally like, but overall, I'll take it. Yeah, it was a little. I mean, listen, you put up 31 points, you take it, but our defense definitely helped there. Getting the forced fumble to safety. Really well done. Great day from Dennis Dixon. He was 3 for 3 on field goal kicks. Well done. We stopped their QB. Pretty good. Pretty good, I would say. All right. Does that improve our ranking? Drum roll, please. I bet we go up maybe like 2 spots. Nope, it dropped our ranking. We dropped 4. That's frustrating. Oh, I'm sorry. Minnesota's victory over 1-8 Rutgers was more impressive. 6-4 Texas A&M that has a sub 500 record in conference only lost 2. We lost 4. Oh, AP voters never change. I would like to think that the developer has coded in such a way where the AP voters are morons. I would like to believe that. San Diego State, by the way, not ranked, and they won again. They beat Wyoming. Okay, well, we're still ranked. That's a plus. A bit. I figured we wouldn't gain any rankings. I thought we'd pretty much stay pat, but losing 4 spots, that's a bit silly, I would say. But that is what it is. A couple of these guys might commit soon. That's nice of them. I mean, it looks like I'm gonna be waiting on a lot of guys till bowl games start up, which is whatever. Jonas Sargent is back. We have our best corner ready to rumble. How did Gail McGowan do in relief? Didn't get didn't get that many stats, it would appear. Was only targeted 4 times. That's rough. All right. Well, this is the biggest game of our season, you could argue, because if we lose this game, it doesn't really matter what happens against UNLV if San Diego State beats a Nevada team that we beat. That would be really annoying to go 9-3 and not win your division, especially when we have faced ranked teams like Stanford, OSU, Pitt. So, I mean, this is a pretty big game. We have satisfied our athletic director goal. We have won 8 games, which is awesome. But man, all right, San Diego State, talk to me. They are 8-2, as I said. They have only played one ranked team, and it is Cal, who, as I mentioned, lost to Ball State like a couple weeks ago. So, not the best team in the free world, but have done pretty well against the Mountain West. Their only loss was Utah State. See how their team looks. Ooh, they're number 3rd in the country in pass yards per game. That could be a problem. Their defense also isn't great. This feels like it could be a shootout, in which case I will defer to us because we burn a lot of clock. How's your QB looking, your gunslinger? Gail Tomlinson, who is injured, but his overall is still high enough that they're playing him. It would appear. Right? Yeah, I mean, they're still playing him. He threw 54 passes on an injured leg. Should there be an investigation? I ask you. Yeah, I mean, his arm strength is sub 70 right now due to his injury. I also like this that they added a with injury column just so you can quickly compare. This is a good quality of life thing. I mean, I like our chances, especially if their QB is injured. We're just going to work on stopping their pass and our running game, since they're 93rd in the country against the run. All right, so I think the key to this game is simply going to be if we can get like a clutch turnover, a clutch stop, because if not, their offense might just run all over on us. All right, we have 3 recruits visiting. Landon Montes Diaco is the only one that's still kind of in contention. If we lose, then we have a legitimate chance of like falling behind San Diego State a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. So far in the sim, Fresno State has beaten San Diego State 3 times to 1. However, San Diego State won last year. So let us see how things shake out. They call heads. It is heads. And they elect to defer. All right, we're going to start with the ball then. Now, I know I just complimented Phoenix Roberts last game, but does that say returns kickoff 13 yards to the 10-yard line? Is that what I see there, sir? Is that what I see there on my screen? I hope it's not. There we go. Redemption, 12 yards, Phoenix. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to run it on 3rd and 3. Good call. Darling gets 16 yards. Okay. They're not good against the run, which I think, honestly, is kind of going to be our saving grace if we can burn them enough. There we go. 3rd down conversion to Asher Donahue. That works. 3rd and 7, corner post. There we go. Asher Donahue. They blitz on 3rd and 7, which is a move that I respect, but it backfires as we get him on the deep route. We draw first blood. Cool. That means they're playing catch up. I forgot to do an all-out blitz. My mistake. Well, they got the first down anyway. I was punished for my foolishness. They convert on 3rd and 6. They convert on 3rd and 7. But they don't get 3rd and 3 as they run it, and we hold them to a field. Okay. First quarter is already over. Man, that having normal pace on against Pitt, that game must have. There were so many more drives in that game. I'm running it on 3rd and 2. But I specifically want to do, the slam with the fullback in. There we go. Stretch there was inspired, but it worked. 3rd and 4, I'm going to run it. If I get like 2-3 yards, I go for it. Got the 10 yards. They did a safety blitz. Fools. Darling gets in the end zone. I mean, I've burned 15 and a half minutes off the clock in 2 drives that both ended with touchdowns. That is genuinely one of my greater offensive successes. This save is being able to pull that off. I did not check if Gail Tomlinson can run, but I feel like with an injured leg, his speed's down. Carry vision is down. I don't foresee him. Have they even ran it with him? No, they haven't even run it with him. Okay. So I think I'll go 2 high safety then more often than not. Thank you, Mateo Cortez. Uh-oh. Actually, no. Dagger. Send it. Thank you, Ian Fox. First and goal at the 3, and the slants gets us there. We are crushing San Diego State right now on offense. And they punt. I'm going to have up tempo on. I would like another score, please. Thank you, Mateo. Mateo Cortez is just the ultimate bailout, and I love it. No, incompletion city. All right. They have a little bit of time now if they want to try something, but they don't. We get a sack. I am going to call a timeout just in case we return the punt for a touchdown. Nope. All right, they do start with the ball. So they have a chance here to put some points on the board. They convert the 3rd and 3. Oh, they're going for it on 4th and 2 at midfield. I bet they run it. I'm sending the blitz. They pass it, but Ethan Newman gets home and sacks him. Wow. I mean, if he gets either of these backfield routes off, we're doomed. But hey, I'm not going to complain. Drew Duncan's gotten sacked. Maybe I should have complained. Oh boy. Well, that drive was kind of dead on arrival. Third and down. They're 3-8. We're 8 of 10. All right, we've been doing pretty good on third down. Does that mean we were 8 of 8 in the first half? I think that's how the math works. Blitz them. Send it. There we go. They punt. Okay. Look at our defense just killing them. I mean, I expected this genuinely when I set up the schedule. Like, obviously, Stanford and Ohio State were going to be our two most difficult games. I expected San Diego State to be our third most difficult game, and we're just crushing them right now. Oh, whoops. When you run a singular run so much, it just gets nerfed. I can explain, officer. Benjamin Darling gets in the end zone. We're up by 25. That'll do. The blitz there was bold, but it worked. And incomplete. Wow. They're 3 of 10 on third down. They're averaging less than 2 yards a rush. What a beautiful defensive performance. We convert the 3rd and 6. Thank you, Phoenix Roberts. No, we don't convert the other 3rd and 6, though. All right. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to do blitz there. I said it. I thought it said 13 instead of the 3. Oh, that's my fault. We could have gotten a safety. All right. Oy, they convert the 3rd and 8. The backups are in on defense, hence why San Diego State's having this success. Maybe we can get him in a blitz. Nope. That was a no. And they fumble at the goal line. Jackson Shelton returns it 11 yards. Thank you, sir. Garrison gets to have some runs here. We have to punt again, man. Our offense has definitely stalled a little bit in the second half, but I mean, at a certain point, you can't really complain. As San Diego State punts once again, read option did not work, and Jaden Miles got sacked. I feel bad for him. He comes in and he gets sacked. It really is unfair. There we go. Why would I? So the AI defaulted to cover 4 quarters, and I know why it does that. It's because how much time is left in the score, but like, it's 3rd and 4. They did a read option. Like, come on. Hey! Well, they got 40 yards, but too little, too late. Well, I mean, they went from being what 2 of 10 on third down, so they went 4 of 5 to close it. My backups cursed me there, but I mean, listen, you win 28-3. Well, that'll do. You know, they never got in the end zone. We stopped their run game pretty good. And then when the backups came out, it looked bad. But overall, I think Drew Duncan, I mean, 11 of 22 is grim. Grim. But he got 2 touchdowns. Darling got 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Garrison and Keaton did it really well. A couple receivers got involved, but it wasn't a big passing day. A couple of sacks. Shelton got the forced fumble. That's good for him, the depth D lineman. And Dixon was perfect on kicks. All right. And with that, I believe mathematically, even if we lose our final game of the season, we still win the division because we have the tiebreaker over San Diego State. I believe. I could be wrong. I don't think I am. We go up 6 places to 18 now. Oh, Simon Carrington's injured again? Man, you injury prone. And this one's 5 weeks too, so that means he's gonna miss. He's gonna miss the Mountain West Championship game. He might not miss the bowl. No, 5 weeks. He's gonna miss it. Uh, Leo Wilkinson. I mean, it's a head injury. I don't want to risk anything, so I'm just going to drop him all the way down to the bottom. All right, Ruben, you want some playing time? You're about to be our 6 D lineman in this game. Have some fun. Have some fun. Okay. Results. Oh, spoiler alert. I got a couple commits. 4 commits, yeah, and we knew we're getting all of them. I mean, the two big ones here, Roy Robertson, the JUCO O-line, he's going to be one of our better O-linemen next year since we're losing so many. Really important to get him in the building. Gage Duncan at tight end. He'll be a really good backup tight end for us. His strength is a 56, which really hurts his blocking ability, but he's an okay catcher. I might honestly redshirt him depending on how our current backup tight ends develop, to be honest here. So we're 20 ahead, which means next week we overtake Colorado State for Diego Boston, which is nice. Everyone else, it looks like we're on pace to. All of the recruiting visits have been had, with the exception of Stanford's for Damian Fisher. Man, I mean, looks like we're going to get all of our remaining 11 targets, which is huge. Okay, UNLV to end the season. They're 5-6, 3-5 in conference. They started out strong and then they lost 4 games in a row. A 2 overtime loss to arguably the worst team in the country is just painful to see. Lost to Hawaii as well. And yeah, they're not terrible against the pass in terms of yards per attempt. Their defense has honestly done okay. Opposing points per game is only an 18, but their offense just doesn't really have it, which is fine by me. This might be. I think this is going to be a game where if the first half is going really well, I'm going to put in some backups. Also, us beating San Diego State, we got a lot of money, which is good. Depending on how the game's going, I might just play, some of these guys that are crying about playing time just to kind of see what they got. I am going to put Dennis Jordan ahead of Garrison just for this game. Just to see give him a little bit more snaps, but I forgot completely to check their quarterback. Oliver Ulloa was a transfer from Stanford that they paid $5.4 million for. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's pretty good. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. He's thrown as many interceptions as he has touchdowns, and he's fumbled as many times as he has rushing touchdowns. So to that end, I'm going to try to stop their run and work on our passing game. I think that is my executive decision. Oh, Mario Cloud went to Arizona State, by the way. But yeah, I think just by virtue of tiebreaker, even if we lose this, we're still in the Mountain West Championship. I have not seen who's ahead on the other side. I assume it's still Air Force. Yeah. We would prefer Air Force to win it because I would like the rematch against them, because my only conference loss so far is against them when we lost 16-24 and had a horrendous collapse in the fourth quarter. So, all right, we're projected to beat UNLV by 8 points. UNLV has 10 recruits visiting. Looks like one of whom I'm quote unquote interested in, this quarterback who is honestly terrible. No one has offered him yet. That's awkward. So far in the sim, Fresno State 3-1, but UNLV beat them last year because they were both San Diego State and UNLV was part of the Fresno State collapse last season where they lost, I think, 3 or 4 in a row. Tails never fails. It failed, everyone. It failed. Ooh, UNLV elects to defer. Okay, we started the ball. That works. That's okay. I have no complaints. 2nd and 2, send it. 3rd and 2, fair enough. Read option? Oh, the read option worked. I'm sorry, UNLV, but you do not have the mandate. Here we go. Mateo Cortez getting involved. I'm going to run it. Darling 9-yard run. Okay. That was about as an efficient first drive as you can hope for. Oh, 3rd and 1. And they pass it over the top. How rude of them. All right, they settle for a field goal. They got a big play, though. That's one area where I think the amount that I blitz does come back to bite us a bit, where our defense just is susceptible to those big plays. 3rd and 1, I'm running it. First quarter already over. -2-yard rush, Dennis. Do I even want him back next year? I probably do. His potential is good enough where I'll think about it. Oh, Duncan got sacked. It's not great. But Asher Donahue over the top. 15-yard touchdown reception. Thank you. Thank you. Up 14-3. I didn't really mean to hit sim play on the engage 8 there, but it's fine. 3 and out for UNLV. Glance did not work. Neither did that. We punt. All right. Jeez. 63-yard pass when I did a slant weak blitz. All right. I may need to decrease the blitzing a little bit. Oh, no. They fumble at the goal line. Peyton Henderson forces and recovers. That works. Oh, boy. That is unfortunate for them. I'm going to go back to normal pace because it looks like we're going to have a little drive here. Up tempo is in fact on. We're at the 7. I think I'm going to do pass and then a run. Good call. Darling gets in. 21-3. All right. That's why I never do cover 4 quarters, kids. I will do prevent, though. Map 3 deep. Hey, Dakota Lanier with the pick 10.5. All right, we're up 21-3. I am going to keep the starters in for this defensive drive. And then I think I'm going to put some backups in. Never mind, they converted the 3rd and 11, and they're driving. The dream is dead. They converted the 3rd down again, guys. They missed the field goal. That's rough. All right, I'm going to put some backups in really quick. Jade Miles in on offense. Dennis Jordan's going to be our new number 1 running back. Dawson Reed 2nd. Garrison Godoy 3. Nah, Dawson Reed's not coming back. Garrison Godoy can be 2. Wide receivers, I'm just going to move Peyton Beal all the way up to the top. And then Grayson Todd 2. Jaden Arnold just can't really play. So then Gabriel Ritchie 3. Tight end, I'm just gonna leave like this in all actuality. Lineman, I'm too lazy to move like everyone around, so I'm just gonna move the 2 that are complaining all the way to the top. Defensive line, I will move the bottom 4 here. So Kruger up, Campbell up, Warren up. That way, Presley, Henderson, and Vance still get a bit of playing time. I acknowledge that I'm doing this, and then I'm going to have to, like, reverse things when we score again. But you know what? Until that time, it's fine. Corners, I'm not going to change anything. Safety, Dakota Lanier, you can be our number 1 corner, buddy. Congratulations. And then Shane Murphy can be our number two. All right. Big switches on offense and defense. That said, if we score a touchdown in the fourth quarter, everything will just switch right back. We convert on 3rd and 9. That works. Good job, lads. I'm going to run it on 3rd and 3. No dice, huh? Let's go for it. Send it. There we go, Mateo Cortez. That's why you keep the starting tight end there for the bailout option. Convert on 3rd and 6 also. That'll do. And we're in. Nicely done. Backups are in on defense. And they get a stop. Okay. Now, all of those changes I just did, I now need to redo. That probably wasn't the smartest thing in the world for me to do, but it's fine. It's fine. Da, 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 da. I might honestly, nah. Do, 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 do. So much scrolling. Why did I do this? This was a mistake. I need like a sub in and out all backups button, which I guess is kind of sort of what exists already, but like I need it more. Maybe there is a button there that I just don't see, which, to be fair, could be the case. That could be the case. And then safety, wham bang. All right, that took a silly amount of time, but that is what it is. Negative 2-yard rush. Come on, son. Dawson Reed, 16-yard run. That'll do. Oh, and then Dennis Jordan went backwards. Oh, and Dennis Dixon misses the kick. It's all falling apart. It actually is all falling apart. Well, the backups are out now for like 2 minutes of actual time. There we go. They're back in. That was a bit silly. That was a bit too much depth chart moving for the effect that I got. But it's fine. Peyton Beal with touchdown catch. Thank you. Thank you. That's why I shouldn't do cover 4 quarters. I even told myself in my head, see, they did it again. I hate it here. Anyway, we finish out the season with a dominant win, 35-6 against UNLV. Very good offensively, I thought. We got no big plays, though, whereas they got four, which is a bit annoying. Jade Miles, 9 of 10, 82 yards, 1 touchdown. Drew Duncan, 12-15, 131 touchdown. Really efficient day for those guys. Benjamin Darling did well. All of our running backs did really good. I mean, part of me is just going to let Dennis Jordan go because he just hasn't been good. But the other part of me is like, he's a redshirt freshman with A+ potential. He had a 6 point boost to ball carrier vision, 9 point boost to ball security. He's only going to get better. But man, he's just not playing. Peyton Beal had a good game. Donahue, Cortez did well. Hendrickson got a sack and a forced fumble. Dixon did miss the kick, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, we advance the week. And we shall see who are we facing in the Mountain West Championship game. I assume Air Force, but there is a chance that Boise State stole it in the final week as we drop in the rankings. Thanks, game. And it is Air Force. We get our rematch after they beat us in week 3. All right, so Leonardo Fluker, I saw, got injured, which, don't get me wrong, is bad. However, do I like him better than Olsen? How long is he out for? 6 weeks. No, I think I'd rather take Olsen. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop him down. All right, that sucks. Starting O lineman goes down. I then think I'm gonna move Rogelio Knight back up ahead of Olsen and Davenport. They're gonna be mad at me, but it's fine. And then on the D lineman, Leo Wilkinson is back. So Ruben Kruger, you drop down even further. It's fine. All right, anyone commit? No. Wow. Okay. Okie dokie. I mean, that means I think, at least for the ones that are establishing favorites, narrowing schools, that one might take me a bit. The establishing favorites, they should all commit prior to the transfer portal. Stanford visit, they got 610 points with an overtime win against Washington. Good for them. It's not going to really matter, but good for them. All right, so we finish the regular season 10-2, 8-1 record. I mean, that surpassed my expectations without question. I think. I mean, the highlight wins, obviously, beating Stanford week 1, beating a ranked Pitt team, crushing our rival San Diego State. Pretty good. No, and San Diego State also lost their final game to Nevada. We broke them. We broke our rivals, guys. I am gonna check. I did this at midway through the season, but I did want to see, where did Kent State finish in the Oh no. Okay, I mean, they won 6 games. That should be enough for a bowl. They won 4 out of 5 to finish. Good on them for finishing strong, but oh man. Oh boy. Their quarterback didn't even throw for 1,000 yards. I still don't understand why the AI played this dude over Seth Vogel. Like, I don't get that at all. I get he's a transfer and he wants to be a star, but like, he's objectively worse. I wonder if it's because the playbook gives preference to a running quarterback over like a balanced. It's really the only thing I can think of. Oh no, what happened to Casey McGill got hurt. That's rough. Excuse me? 5 catches, 91 what? Injured, surely. I mean, he missed 4 weeks, but like, what the heck, guys? Only 100. All right. Well, they're doomed. What a terrible state of affairs. All right, we're just going to advance to the bye week. I think my question in the video title of "Do we have a QB problem?" has been resoundingly answered no, after Drew Duncan just turned it on for the last 5 games. Our defense has been so good. Like, in conference, the most points we allowed, 24 to Air Force. Out of conference, obviously, OSU put up 58 and Pitt put up 33. But, like, in conference, unbelievably sound. Really, really good. We're still within. I think we're gonna get the 750,000 for the convert 39% of their downs. The holding opponents to less than 38 or 39. That one we could lose, which would be rough. Okay. Let me just look really quick that the depth chart is the way I want it. And I think it is. How has Reginald Adcock been this season? Not great, it must be said. I like Eric better. I like Nasir Richard better also. I'm going to move them up. Christensen, no. All right, everything else should be good. Emphasis on good. I think I'm going to let Dakota Lanier transfer. I think that's just kind of where my head is at. In fact, three safeties? Do I go down to three safety? Nah, Noah Lofton has been terrible this year. I need someone to spell him. All right. No recruits committed, which I'm going to be honest with you, is a bit concerning. I assume everyone that has may commit soon. They'll definitely commit by the time the transfer portal comes around, but I mean, there's a decent number of recruits here that I'd be waiting on. Also, it looks like it was a waste of 250,000 for Landon and a waste of 500,000 for Sean Cody. So that's 750,000 that I didn't need to spend, but that's okay. All right, so we're going up against Air Force, who, as mentioned, they were the only Mountain West team to beat us. They beat us in week 3. They scored 17 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to do it. Other than that, they then went on a 4-game winning streak, lost to Utah State, demolished a MAC school, beat Nevada, lost to Colorado State, barely beat Wyoming. I assume we're going to be favored by this game. They have played, it must be said, the fourth easiest schedule in the country, 133. The reason for that is they scheduled an FCS school and they scheduled a MAC school in their out of conference games. And if I look at the Mountain West standings really quick, they're in a much easier division. Like 2-10 New Mexico, 2-10 Wyoming, Colorado State had to go on a winning streak to have any semblance of a good record. Utah State was sub 500, whereas I've got me, San Diego State, Hawaii neck and neck, my two average guys, and then UNLV, who unfortunately did not have a good time in the Mountain West. Shout out to San Jose State, by the way. One prestige school, 4-8 record. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But against Air Force, we already know we're going to work on our passing and stopping their passing game, since that's what hurt us last time around. Okay, if we win this game, we are Mountain West champions in year 1 at Fresno State, and they're going to crown me. So far in the sim, though, Air Force does have Fresno's number. They've beaten them 3 out of 4 times. In the Mountain West Championship, though, one of Fresno State or Air Force has been here every time. 6-6 UNLV won their division. That is actual stupidity. All right, here we go. Mountain West Championship game rematch. I think we are the better team. However, they scored 17 unanswered points. They took it from us at the death. So we need to just keep scoring, and go from there. 3rd and 9. I did forget if their QB can run. Josue Keith. Did he run against me last time? No, not at all. Okay. Let's assume no and go to I safety. Oh, they ran it on 3rd and 9, the rats. Well, the engage 8 really let me down there. 3rd and 11. All right. They punt. It was a 47-yard field goal, but they punted. Fair enough. I am not going to question it. I am not going to question it at all. What I will do is Y corner and send it. Didn't work. Did not work. The run game, though, is working. Keaton Peters with a nice first down run. Garrison getting 6 yards. Drew, you are not pulling your weight right now, buddy. Oh boy. Remember earlier when I said all I have to do is just not shoot ourselves in the foot? Drew Duncan throws a pick that was returned 42 yards. Oy vey. And they convert on 3rd and 4. 1st and goal at the 4. All right. 3rd and goal at the 5. I'm going to go zone blitz. And it works. They run it, we stop them, we hold them to a field goal. Okay, Drew, I am going to need you to lock in, buddy. Or I could just run the ball the whole time. I suppose that is also an option. Uh-oh, never mind. It's not an option. 3rd and 6, send it. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 1st and goal at the 10. Darling gets us in. We take the lead. Okay. We're looking good. Big time sack there, Ethan Newman. And they punt. Okay. Drew? I mean, listen, if Drew Duncan had his worst game in the Mountain West Championship, it would kind of hurt my previous argument that we no longer have a QB problem. Clutch conversion. Thank you, Mateo Cortez. Darling, could you, go forward, please? Oh, no. Where's that dagger? There it is. There we go, Ian Fox, 14 yards. Okay. Okay. I'm going to turn up tempo on since we got that first down. I meant to do it a play earlier, but I forgot. That is on me. I'm going to run it once to make 3rd down easier. There we go. Corner post on 2nd and 8. Curls. There we go. Raymond Norman touchdown. Extra point is good. They do have all their timeouts, but they go backwards. Fair enough. All right. And we start with the ball. If we can get a nice 7-minute drive that ends in a touchdown, it's looking good. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have done the outside run there. Never punished. Jet sweep. 16 yards. I have the mandate. The jet sweep worked. What's Drew Duncan's stat line right now? 7 of 18, 73 yards. Man alive, buddy. There we go. 15-yard reception to Harris Pearson. Excuse me. We're at the goal line. We're in. Touchdown. That'll do. What I say? 7.5-minute drive that ends in a touchdown? 7 minutes. Touchdown. That'll do. Uh-oh. All right. They punt. That might be the white flag, essentially, if we can go down, take our time, and score. I'm just going to run it. Right now, I see no reason to pass the ball when our pass game has been this bad. So we're just going to kill some clock here. The jet sweep worked. Read option. Why not? That's why. Because your QB gets a yard. I'm going for it. We're up by 18, so they need 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Cool. 8-yard run. Peters in the end zone. That should do it. Because last time they scored 17 unanswered in the 4th quarter. This time around, they need to score 26. And they are on their way to that number, to be fair. 3rd and 3, I'm blitzing. Send the house. Be aggressive. They only get 2 yards. I'm blitzing again. Oh, they ran to the outside. Well, they just got 7. Oh boy. All right, we cannot fumble this. We cannot do it. 3rd and 6. Corner post, please. Oh, it's happening again. Fourth quarter collapse. Can we stop the bleeding? They convert on 3rd and 10 and get a 43-yard rush. It's now an 11-point game. In the span of a little less than 6 minutes, they scored 14 points. Yep, it's happening again. Good conversion on 2nd and 10. At this point, we just need to run the ball. 3rd and 4. I am going to run it. I'm going to keep it an outside run. Now, him going backwards isn't great. And I was really hoping for a better punt than that. Thunder Smoke there was ambitious, but it worked. We get the stop on 3rd and 10. All right, we stop him here. We win the game. 17-yard pass. Man, we needed every last point. 1st and goal at the 8. I am not going to do a blitz. I am going to stay in zone, though. They get in. They fail a 2-point conversion. And we recover the onside kick. They scored 13 unanswered points this time around. Wow. But I'm still going to mess around and do a run or two, you know? All right, now I'll kneel. I mean, what a game for the neutrals. We built a commanding lead. Air Force nearly came back and did it. However, that doesn't matter. We are Mountain West champions in year 1 at Fresno State. Our decision to leave Kent State, come out west, vindicated immediately. Oh boy, they were 40% on 3rd down. We were 11 to 15, and it was still that close. I mean, Drew Duncan had his worst game ever. 9 of 21, 100 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. I ran it with Darling 26 times, Peters 18 times. Craziness. Donahue was targeted 5 times, only had 1 catch. That's a bit disconcerting. Our defense, I mean, they only got 1 sack. Air Force never sacked us. That was just a run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And we win by 5. We are Mountain West champions. I can't wait for us to get like an 8-win SEC team in a bowl and they demolish us by 20. But hey, we're 2-0 in conference championship games, by the way. For those sticking at home. We miss the playoffs by 1. Penn State gets in at 12 over us. Oh, that's so give me Penn State's record. What did they do? Oh, I can't get off the screen. I'm done. Get me off the screen. Drew Duncan, concussion. Lovely. Where to buy anyway, right? Yeah. That explains his poor play. Whatever. Give me Penn State. What did you do? Huh? Give me wins. Them? They beat 0 ranked teams. 0. They lost to 14 Maryland and 2 OSU. They get in at 12? Excuse me? Over us, who beat 12 Stanford, 17 Pitt, and won our conference again. I feel legitimately robbed there. I feel legitimately robbed. What was their strength of schedule? Penn State's? 197, 41st in the country. Ours? 81. That's probably the number that does it, but man alive, that's disappointing. Oh, that's so annoying. All right, what were the in our bowl game, by the way, we're facing 23 ranked Army in the Holiday Bowl, which I missed. Who are the injuries? Newman's out for 2, Duncan's out for 1. Okay. Duncan will be fine. Newman will also be fine. We play week 2. Sweet. And we had a commit, Kyle Stewart, who is going to be in the mix for depth at running back. He needs better speed, though. Like, none of these numbers really matter until he gets mid 70 speed, which probably won't take which probably take 2 years. Hopefully not longer. All right, well, at least now Sean Cody is establishing favorites as opposed to narrowing schools, which is good. I'm still worried that he's not going to commit. I mean, if I'm waiting on like 5 recruits to commit, that's going to legitimately hurt my roster construction, but whatever, in terms of transfers and such. Injured but in the starting lineup. Well, of course he is. I have 2 weeks. I hope Penn State gets dropped by like 40 points. But whatever. Whatever. All right, awards ceremony. I'll just skip to the full results. We had no one for the Heisman, no one for Defensive Player or Freshman of the Year. Coach of the Year, though, it must be said, in the Mountain West, Dale Cooper. Shout out David Lynch and Twin Peaks era. We are now Coach of the Year in the Mountain West. Thank you. All-Americans, 1 in first team offense, and it's Gilberto Hood, the redshirt senior, 26 pancakes, only 1 sack allowed, makes All-American. That'll do. We had 1 third-team offense in Benjamin Darling, 225 carries, 1,096 yards, 4.9 yards, 18 touchdowns. That's what gets him in here, without question. Good on him. All right. I mean, first team All-American, third team All-American, all conference now. 8 players on offense. The aforementioned Darling, Asher Donahue gets it, almost 600 yards, 4 touchdowns. Gilberto Hood gets in, Emiliano Outlaw, Harry Ishii, and Edgar Hooper all make it. Edgar Hooper, by the way, is a sophomore. Dominic Dixon makes it as the Mountain West kicker, 13 of 17 field goals, 44-45 from extra points. Roberts makes it, which I said before, once you get a touchdown, you're essentially guaranteed to be the return specialist. So credit to him. Well done to the O-lineman as well. Second team offense, Drew Duncan makes it at quarterback. He had a second half sort of surge that really helped him. Mateo Cortez makes it at tight end, gets nearly 400 yards, 1 touchdown. Leonardo Fluker makes it at O-line, as does Gavin Green. First team defense, both Peyton Hendrickson and Ethan Newman make it. That means we satisfied the last donor goal. We get our monies. Hendrickson, 9 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 28 pressures, a forced fumble. Newman, who I figured was going to be the one to get it, 11 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, 24 pressures. And then Connor White at corner, 18 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. He got a pick and 8 pass breakups. That's pretty good. Dominic Dixon at punter for averaging. That's low. 40 yards a punt is actually really low. I feel like you shouldn't make that, but whatever. I'm not going to question it. Second in defense, Kendall Vance, 11 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 13 pressures. Landon Stafford, who I thought also was going to make all-conference, 18 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 5 pressures. Malik Greer is the lone linebacker on these lists. 45 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 5 pressures. Also 5 pass deflections, which were linebackers. Pretty good. Credit to these guys. And then Alfredo McCoy at safety. 23 tackles, 1 pick. It's honestly not a great stat line for the safeties. But hey, we did it. All freshmen. I don't think we really have anyone eligible for this. And Dakota Lanier gets it as our fourth safety. 10 tackles, one tackle for loss, a forced fumble, and a pick. Oh, and he won Freshman of the Year. Oh no, and he wants to leave. Maybe I let him leave to get more playing time. Hmm. Hmm. I'll have to legitimately think about that one pretty hard. No recruits commit. Guys, I'm going to be waiting on like 4 or 5 recruits in the transfer portal, and I always hate doing that. I get why, because it's realistic. Not every recruit is going to say yes by the time the transfer portal window comes around, but for game purposes and like a roster construction, I would like to have that. Oi, Stanford. Why would you wait until this week to offer a scholarship? It could have been a race between you and I for this dude. That's honestly kind of insane. I'm gonna flip these two. You can get an okay pitch. You get a good pitch. That's honestly crazy. All right, I do really quick. Okay, Duncan was back in the lineup. Good. All right, let's advance the bye week and check what happened in the postseason. I hope Penn State got beaten by 30 points. I don't even remember who they're playing. I don't care. Carrington, Newman are both back. Give me Penn State. I'm so glad Penn State was able to make it in and put up a grand total of 6 points. What an embarrassment. I'm legitimately mad that I didn't get in. And I didn't even really think it was a possibility that I was gonna get in. But I'm a little mad right now. Fisher. All right. First, so Carrington can go back to being second tight end. Who's the other one? Oh, Ethan Newman, who I think I didn't even move. Yeah, I didn't even move him. I mean, Walter Leonard has gotten a decent snap percentage, but hasn't hasn't gotten that many opportunities, unfortunately. Oh well. All right, we have a couple of big recruits. Damian Fisher, the new QB of the future. We're going to have Drew Duncan, obviously, for one more year after this. And then after that, it's Damian Fisher the whole way through. 73 arm strength, 74 accuracy, 70 IQ. I mean, he's got A plus potential. He's going to be great. Similarly to Duncan, he's probably not going to be a great running quarterback, but that's fine. Stanford also offered him $1.1 million this week. Don't know why, but sure. Gavin Wren also goes to us over Clemson. We get one of the better corners I've seen. His potential being a C plus is a little shaky, but I mean he's already ready to play like now. So yeah, yeah. Pretty good. That helps. That also helps our recruiting class because that's 2 4-star recruits right there. And then we just need to keep pace for Evan Foster and Sean Cody, and we get a couple more. I'm gonna have to make cuts in the cornerback room, I think, because I'm losing Jonah Sargent, I'm losing Connor White. I am gonna have to cut a handful of guys. But I mean, listen, all 3 of the corners I get in, they might play as true or red. They're definitely gonna play as redshirt freshmen. They might play as true freshmen. That's just where we're kind of at. Okay. Let us play against Army. They are 23rd in the country. They have faced 2 ranked teams this season. 25th USF they beat, and then 18th SMU they beat in the American Championship. Overall, not too shabby. They played a classic against Boston College, evidently. Good for them on that one. Looks like they have a really good offense, especially passing. Running, they're a little shakier, but still not bad at all. They're seventh in time of possession. Yeah. Defensively, they're great against the run, less so against the pass. All right. Looks like this will be a pretty even and good matchup. We will work on our passing game then and stopping their passing game. We do a quick check here. So Fluker is out. Depth chart is as I want. All right. Here we go. The Holiday Bowl against Army. We are favored by 1.5 points. The game is in San Diego, California. These are the teams that play. Looks like a Mountain West team gets this bowl. So far, the Mountain West is not looking too great in this bowl. But you know what? We got this. Let's play against Army. They call heads. And it is, in fact, heads. Army has elected to receive. Fair enough. All right. They start with the ball, which you know what that means. Send the blitz. They get 0 yards. We're destined to win. I did not look at anything. I didn't look at their QB. It didn't look like if he can run. Nothing. And Larry Fisher picks him off on his first pass attempt. That said, let me look at this quarterback. Joel Gross, redshirt junior, American QB of the year, first time All American. Nice. He cannot run. That's settled. I mean, he looks pretty good. The F plus potential just hurts. But even then, I mean, 68 overall, D minus potential. You're recruiting this guy. You don't have that many high hopes for him. And, by redshirt freshman year, I mean, he's a passable starter. Redshirt sophomore, he's good. Redshirt junior, I mean, he's probably one of the best guys in the American. And he does that with F plus potential. And that works. However, we have picked him off. Thank you, Larry Fisher. My good man. And now, a deep ball because I have no shame. We're at the 2 we're in. Thank you. Good night. Thank you for coming out, Army. It's a pleasure having you here today. Never mind, they convert the 3rd and 9. All of that joy and happiness out the window in an instant. 3rd and 2. I'm going to blitz. If they pass, so be it. They ran it, and Hendrickson stopped him. They have to settle for a field goal. Oh, darling. There we go. Lance is working. That's a good sign for us. 3rd and 2, I'm just going to run it. I am not doing a play action wide receiver screen. You crazy game. Raymond Norm with the touchdown. They did engage 8 on 3rd and 8 at the 9. The AI has lost its mind. We're up by 14. Or rather, we are up by 11. We have scored. Send the blitz. We stop them again. Shoot clock is on. I realized it was not on before. So much more time could have been wasted. What are we doing here? Fool them with the play action? We did not, in fact, fool them with the play action. Peyton Hendrickson with the sack. There we go. 3rd and 13. Come on, guys. Ugh. What's their 3rd down conversion right now? 205. We need it below 40%. That's what we need. There we go. Good stop. Ernest Cho makes the medium range field goal. Okay. We convert the 3rd and 7. That'll do. Hmm. Hmm. I ran it to the opposite side of the blitz and we still didn't get anything. Wow. Keaton Peters, 2 straight 0-yard rushes. I feel like going for it here is a little bit ambitious, but I'm going to do it. My argument being it's midfield and 4th and 2. We get it. Asher Donahue's 17-yard reception. Thank you. We convert the 3rd and 4. Thank you, Ian Fox. I don't hate the play action boot wheel with a different quarterback. 1st and goal at the 2. Darling is in. Extra point is good. We have burned all the time off the clock. And we start with the football. That's about as good an ending to a first half as you can have. Now let's run some clock. Screw it, play action boot. Oh, it worked. Scenes. The read option did not work. That was a bit ambitious. Yeah, that kind of killed that drive. The negative yard run followed by the read option there was not the solution. They convert on 3rd and 4. They don't get the 3rd and 5, though, and they have to settle for another field goal. All right, we're doing pretty good now. 3rd and 2, run it. Well done. 3rd and 6. The corner post has been having success. Ian Fox gets me 16. 3rd and 3 at 3. Just run it. Oh. We're up by, 12? Field goal makes it 15. That is pretty good, but, I mean, it's 4th and 1 at the 6. Let's just run it. There we go. Darling gets us the yard we need. And gets us in the end zone. That puts us up by 19. So they need 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions, and a field goal in order to just tie it up. And they got the touchdown pretty quick. They fail on the 2-point conversion, though. All right. Not our defense's best moment, but 3 and out. We have to punt. This is feeling pretty similar to that Air Force game. They punt now. I mean, that's pretty much game. I think time just at this point is not on Army's side. We convert the 3rd and 4. Thank you, Keaton. That should pretty much do it, as now we can just run the clock out. I say that, we went backwards. Oh, we converted the 3rd and 6. What a world, huh? I'm just going to keep running it to see if we can get in the end zone. Oh, they nerfed my inside run. No. Oi! Peters fumbled. My decision to run it instead of kneel it has finally come back to bite me in that moment. You know what? I'm going to call a timeout. I want to stop them here on 3rd down to hurt their 3rd down percentage. Here we go. Get the stop, boys. That'll do. All right, we win 28-15. Kind of an awkward ending to the game, but it's fine. Really good passing day. Our run game didn't have it that much today, despite me running it 46 times. Duncan had a great game, 18-23, 208 yards, got a touchdown. Peters was shut down. Darling only averaged 2.3 yards a carry, but he did get 3 touchdowns. Garrison did well. They stopped our run game pretty good, but we just got him in the air a lot. Asher Donahue had a great game. Same with Phoenix Roberts. Norman got a touchdown. Our only turnover was the fumble at the end because it's impossible to be a bad sportsman against AI. That's what I always say. All right, we got 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. The opening pick was great. I mean, they had to settle for 3 field goals, and that kind of hurts you. But all right, we win the Holiday Bowl. So in our first season at Fresno State. We go 11 and 2, or excuse me, 12 and 2, 8 and 1 in conference, winning a bowl game to go with it. We have two commits. Diego Boston, come on down. We have our future kicker, we hope. Just need the power to develop a little bit. And then three-star linebacker Ricardo Thompson, who already has 81 pursuit and A plus potential. I hear that's decent in these parts. All right, I mean, that brings us down to six recruits, four of whom it looks like will commit prior to the transfer portal. Sean Cody and Evan Foster may not, which is really bad for us because mathematically, our only hope of getting Evan Foster is just us outpacing Appalachian State. And we only do that if we give our best offer, which I obviously will not be able to do if I have to do better offers for transfers. So that's a little shaky. It looks like I had a couple injuries to my safeties, as both Larry Fisher and Alfredo McCoy went down in that game. How dare you, Army? But we'll just advance some weeks here, hopefully get some recruits in the door. All right, looks like we got a couple here. All right, Keith Montgomery, just simple depth tight end. Honestly, not very good. Probably going to be a bust, but it's fine. Leo Coleman, we get at corner. Of the four corners I'm looking at, he's the one I'm least excited about. He's definitely going to redshirt, and I mean, his physicals are great, but his tackling's a 58. His zone coverage ain't much better. His IQ's a 60. It's just not very good. All right. I mean, they all have made commits soon. Hopefully that means, in the next week, because that's all we got here. In the postseason, by the way, it's Bama and OSU in the national championship game. Boring. Like, this has been the past. Bama has won every single time. Unbelievable. Should their coach just retire? I ask you. All right, we're going to advance the summary, and yeah, they didn't commit. So Sean Cody, Evan Foster, Alan Bolden, and Landon Montedesco are all going to wait until signing day. I think we're fine for Cody, Bolden, and Montedesco. I don't think we're going to get Evan Foster now, which is admittedly okay. All right, yearly summary. We finish 8th in the final rankings. Penn State, who the committee decided was worthy of a playoff spot over us, finishes 17th. So good decisions all around were made. We finished 12 and 2, 8 and 1 record in conference. We greatly exceeded the athletic director's expectation. It exceeded my expectation. I mean, I wanted to commit for the Mountain West Championship game and like be in the race for it, and we made it handedly. We won it handedly, and we won our bowl game handedly. Like, that's pretty good. Fan base passion goes up enough to a C plus, which is awesome. We kept our promise to Alfredo McCoy. He got 60% of snaps when I promised 40. So we got a big boost there. Coaching updates. Can change a coach's preferred scheme. That seems silly. I'm just going to put 2 points into recruiting, 1 into training. And then for the skill badge, honestly, I'm going to get the cerebral skill players to give everyone better ball carrier vision. I think that makes the most sense to me. I can change the scheme, which I don't really want to do. I think the pistol is working really well for us. We need to be run first, yada, yada, yada. All right. Offensive coordinator. He has 1 point. I'll just make him 10 on offense. No skill badge changes. I mean, our offense did great, so I'm happy to keep Chase Rodriguez. Frank Keller, this is his second year with me. I kept him from the Kent State days when he was a DC there my last year. Extra DC training in preseason would be nice, but see, durability would be great. I want one of the developments. I'll take D line. That's pretty good. Frank Keller is really, really good. All right, Coach Carousel. I'm only letting my coordinators leave if they're going to a head coaching job. So that's where I'm at. Ooh, I can renegotiate a frame. Let's get him in the building. 3 years with a coach lock. I think that's what I want. That'll also keep him here. Yep. We cannot leave to a different school, obviously. Why would I want to? Trace Rodriguez. No other school wants to poach him, so he is going to stay for a second year. But Frank Keller is also going to stay. Okay. Cool. Maintaining the same coordinators. Let me check on my coaching tree really quick. So, Oscar Stahl, in his first year at Kent State head coach, he was my offensive coordinator. They promoted him to head coach. He goes 6-6, which honestly isn't great. Looks like they gave him met expectations, which, I mean, coming off a year where I went 11-3, undefeated in conference, and won the MAC, 6-6 kind of hurts. They only scored 19 points per game, guys. 19, whatever. League coaching changes. Anything crazy in the Mountain West? No new head coaches. So everyone is staying. All right, I will do the players leaving for the draft, transfer players. I'll get to the transfer portal. I think I'll call that there. Graduating seniors. We don't have many, only 14, but all of them key contributors. Let's do the O lineman first. Gilberto Hood, All American, All Conference. Great lineman. I got him for 1 year from Washington State, and he absolutely crushed. Definitely worth the 1 million. Like 30 pancakes. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Harry Ishii, 2-time all-conference O-lineman with Fresno State the whole way, a starter for 4 years. Love him. Great. Miss him dearly. Emilion Outwall, he was similarly played Fresno State all the way through. Had an injury last season, but consistent. Really, really good. First team all-conference. Leonardo Fluker, who was no fluke. Started 4 years, consistent, good. He was a bit injury prone. Had a major injury last year, 6-week injury this year, but other than that, no real issues with him. Gavin Green did very well also. He was kind of a backup for a few years, then became a star his last 2 seasons. He was a bit further down the depth chart, so didn't really put up the numbers the others did. Overall, though, happy with him. And then lastly, Regilio Knight, who unfortunately I moved down the depth chart quite a bit, so he never got that much playing time this year. So kind of a disappointing end to his college career, but nonetheless, we take that. No QBs, we're losing. Running back Benjamin Darling, our All-American, All-Conference guy. 2,400 career yards, 31 touchdowns, only fumbled 3 times. The idea that he's a UDFA is insane to me. Great running back. I wish I had him for more years, but alas. Wide receiver, not losing anyone. Tight end, Mateo Cortez. We have to salute Cortez this year. Really great tight end, almost 400 yards, got a touchdown, and was consistent, especially down the stretch here. Like, was getting 2-3 catches a game, and then 345 a touchdown, 8 catches against Pitt, our best receiver that day. Really solid, then kind of tapered down the stretch, unfortunately, but very, very good tight end. He's a good guy. Kicker, we're losing our kicker this year, Dominic Dixon. Very accurate, 13-17, missed 1 extra point. Punter, he was fine. Um, so we will salute him out the door. D lineman, this hurts. This hurts a lot. Matthias Presley, who I wrote a $1 million check for, got him from Jacksonville State. And he put up pretty similar numbers to his last year there. 43 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 9 pressures. Really good D lineman. Unfortunately for him, he developed really well, but then three other defensive linemen I had developed the same way. And so he was, I think, two further down the depth chart than I originally planned, but overall, great guy. Ethan Newman, he was a JUCO player this year, and he had a worse year than his first season. But again, he was further down depth chart, and yet he still made first team All Mountain West D lineman. Really happy with him as a JUCO. Linebacker, I'm losing Reginald Adcock, who I kind of dropped down the depth chart this year. I just brought more guys in. I wanted to play some of the younger linebackers, and that was to his detriment, unfortunately. So didn't put up the numbers that he did in 2027, but overall, still a pretty solid linebacker. Looking like Santa Claus. So corner, all right. This is painful. Jonas Sargent, really great all conference corner. He was corner of the year last year. This year he didn't get a lot of tackles just because our front seven was that awesome. He also had a major injury that knocked him out 6 weeks, but still. Um, really good corner, shut down, only allowed 43% completion percentage. Um, Yeah, the injury really hurt him though. That part does suck. Connor White, if you want to talk about a benefit from Sargent getting injured, he moved up the depth chart a bit, played really well, made first team All Mountain West corner. Got a pick this year. Not many of my other corners did. Solid guy. And then safety, I'm losing no one. So overall, I'm losing 14 players outside of Regilio Knight and Reginald Adcock. All of them were key contributors, big starters. So that hurts. That hurts us a lot. Okay, let us look at the players transferring. It's going to be a decent list. I'm going to be honest. Um, there was a lot of guys that didn't get their expected playing time because I brought in a handful of transfers and shortened up the rotations a bit. So it could be like 10 players. I'm just preparing myself mentally for that. Actually, it might be more than 10 now I think about because I know one QB, two running backs, at least one wide receiver. How many? Give me the number. 11. Okay. Let's go through this bit by bit. QB, very simple. I am cutting Giovanni Tripp. Um, he was a JUCO player that, although Fresno State paid almost $900,000 for, there's no role for him here. Like Jaden Miles is the backup, and he's not great, but he is the backup. I'm bringing in Damian Fisher to be the future QB. The only reason I keep Tripp is to be the backup QB for 2 years, in which case, no. No, he wants too much money. He's not going to get this opportunity. So I'm going to get $440,000 back, which is good. But yeah, Trip can go. Similarly, I am going to cut. They paid Jalen Perez 1.6 million, and I really don't get why. Like the argument against cutting the freshmen is Duncan and Miles are gone after a year, but like they're not good. I think I'll keep Pres. I'm gonna cut McBride. I don't care. I know they paid 3 million for him, and good for them, but no. I'm just gonna wash my feet of that signing, and we're gonna go down to a 5 QB room. All right, running backs. So both Dawson Reed and Dennis Jordan want to leave. Reed is definitely gone. That's just simple as that. Moises Law, I'm also going to cut to make room for other guys coming in. This really comes down to, do I want Dennis Jordan to be my third running back next season? Because he's not going to supplant Garrison. I mean, he might. No, his speed's so low. Keaton Pierce is going to be our number one guy. What playing time does he want? 50. 50 carries? I mean, Garrison got 84. I can promise that easy. What's Dawson want? No, no. All right. I mean, I'll promise Dennis 50 carries. The only reason he doesn't get that is if he gets injured. That also eliminates running back as a need in the transfer portal, which will be really good. Wide receivers, Peyton Bell's the only one who wants to leave. See, this is the annoying part because he's good. Gabriel Ritchie, I'm going to cut. Peyton, see, he's good. Like, that's what's frustrating about this, is I think Peyton Beal is legitimately a really good wide receiver. But his potential has dropped from a B minus to a C. Nah, I mean, I think we let him go. I mean, it hurts in the sense that after next season, I'm losing Donahue and I'm losing Roberts. But, I mean, he's not going to develop better than Norman or Fox. Like, 30 targets. He'd have to double his targets. But I think he gets that. I mean, to be fair, no, because I want guys like Boyle and Arnold and Preston North to play. No. All right, I'm gonna let Peyton Beal transfer, which is the same. I think he's a good wide receiver, but he has 2 years left. I'll let someone else take him. Tight end, no one wants to leave. I'm cutting Amari and Winston. And then backup tight end, it's a 3-horse race between Leonard, McLean, Gage Duncan might get involved, but I don't know. O line. Okay, I need to convince both these guys to stay. 60% of snaps is a big number. Um, Neither of them played that much. Davenport. I mean, I lost so many guys. I mean, Robertson coming in. Let's assume I transfer in 2 O linemen. That means it's these 5, 2 O linemen, and then maybe Brandon East. Like, I need to keep both of them. I think I'm going to pay them both money because 60% of snaps, I don't know if they'll be in my top 5 linemen, and only the top 5 get that. So I'm just going to pay them both 1.6 million to keep them. I think I'm definitely paying Trenton Olsen, even though his potential is worse. He's 1 year younger than Davenport with the same overall and better strength, much better, pass block. Davenport's the one I'm a bit shakier on, but I'll keep him for 1 year. Kicker Matthews, buddy, you're gonna be my kicker. Don't worry about it. I redshirted him for a year after he missed 6 of 11, or he made only 6 of 11 medium kicks. Like, I need that accuracy to go up. Or rather, I need the power. I need the power to go up. So give me 1 more year of eligibility. D lineman. Ruben Kruger wants to leave, and I am gonna let him. I think. Like, Vance, Hendrickson, Wilkinson are all gonna play a lot. Stafford's great. Yeah. I'm gonna cut Derek Kemple, as is my want. Everyone else can stay. Linebackers. Christensen can leave. Nasir Richard, I would like to pay. I'll pay him 63,000 because he'll help out a lot with these guys. And that also removes linebacker from a need because Eric Trevetti is still going to be here. I'm going to cut Damian Wilkinson, I think, and Harley Wiggins. That moves us down to 11 open scholarships. Ooh, I lose in integrity. Never mind. At the moment, Wilkinson can stay. I'll circle back. Corners. I really don't want to cut anyone. I have two really good corners coming in. Gail McGowan, I think, can be okay in a pinch. Henry Frazier, I should cut. I'll cut him. Safety, I'm not cutting anyone. Dakota Lanier wants to stay. I am going to pay him his money. And my argument is both Larry Fisher and Lofton are going to graduate after next year. And I need a body there in case one of them goes now. All right, so that's it. So 5 players transferring: Beal, Kruger, Christensen, Tripp, Reed. Of those 5, really the only one I think could come back to hurt us is Peyton Beal. And at that point, he's a depth wide receiver. 7 players being cut: Richie, Campbell, McBride, Frazier, Law, Wiggins, Winston. None of these I think will really matter all that much. So we're down to 9 scholarship players with 4 recruits coming in. I lied. Maybe I do cut a corner. Because if I get 2 more corners, that's 10. That's a big room. Do I also cut Gail McGowan? His potential hasn't moved. No, I'm going to keep it where it's at. All right. Let us advance. All righty. This advance usually takes a sec. All right, 3 players from Fresno State have been drafted. Let's give them a look. Jonas Sargent, round 3, pick 27. Gilberto Hood, round 5, pick 22. And Benjamin Darling is drafted. Round 7, pick 27. Deserved. Definitely deserved. Nice. Anyone from Kent State get drafted? Nope. That's a shame. All right. Oh, the record book updates, blah, 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 blah. Let us advance. Okay. That will do it for this here stream. I'm going to stop it there. I think we had a great end to our season. We crushed it down the stretch. We won the Mountain West in our first year. We won a bowl game in our first year. We were on the precipice of being in the college football playoff in year 1. That's amazing. We'll see how it improves in year 2. But thank you all for watching, whether live or on the VOD, which can be found on Twitch and YouTube. Please like, subscribe, follow, do all those things. I will have probably one more stream this week, depending on how busy things are, where we'll go through the transfers, see how things look, and try to build on our year 1 success. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bring on the transfer portal.